Hey guys, welcome to having my mom ask me questions. And
too much people.
by the face she's been making, I'm nervous. Okay.
I am nervous because you never let me ask you
Anything. Okay, come on.
Okay,
Dun, dun.
let's start with your channel. Can I do it in Spanish and then you translate for them? That will be easier for me. ¿Qué te llevó a empezar a hablar públicamente de salud mental?
Well, me preguntaste en español, ahora mi cerebro está pensando en español. Because there were so many different shows and movies that talked about DID in such a negative way that made me at least feel like something was wrong. And so I decided that I could be the change for people who might also be feeling that way. So I was like, fuck it. Like, there's nothing for me to hide anyways. Like, I'm an open book, except to my mother and father. So why not just talk about it and see who it helps?
Do you remember the specific time? No. Any specific time that you say, okay, this thing that happened to me, it need to be told because it can maybe help somebody else? Or what was your thought about?
When I was in Paul Mitchell, we went to a live speaking where, what was her name? I don't remember her name, but Kathy Buckley was talking about her own life experiences, and so many people were like crying and feeling inspired and wanting to like start talking about things that they had never talked about before. So I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. Like, I want to be on a stage helping other people feel these feelings and like start feeling better about themselves and start getting their traumas out. So if Kathy Buckley can do it, why can't I? So a couple years later I did it, but on social media instead of on a stage.
So do you feel that she helped you that day when you hear her? Like, you feel like, okay, I feel identified with something that she told, and I can do the same because it can help somebody else in a different way?
I would say she inspired me to be louder, but I didn't really connect to her story in the sense of like, oh, I felt seen or anything. It was more just like her actions. I liked what she was doing and I knew I could do it too. I could inspire people to heal. That's more of what it was.
How do you feel when somebody else tell you in comments or send you messages about how they feel identified with what you was going on?
Españolalo, ¿por qué no? ¿Qué?
¿No? ¿Sonó mal?
No
¿Cómo
entendí,
te
no entendí.
sentís cuando alguien te manda mensajes privados o te escribe dentro de los posts diciéndote que se siente identificado con algo que vos estás contando?
Good. I can't say I have much of a feeling because it feels so disconnected. Like, it's easy to be vulnerable when you're not afraid of being judged because you don't know the people. Like Brene Brown says, you're only being vulnerable if it's towards people that love you and can judge you in real life. So to me, I don't feel like I'm being vulnerable because I don't really know who's watching. I don't know the people who are behind the screen watching me talk. So when I read it, it's more like a statement that I'm aware this is doing something for someone. But it's not much of a feeling. It's more just of an awareness. Like, okay, this is helping someone, so keep doing it. But it doesn't like tug on my heartstrings the way it does when I would be the person sending that to somebody else who was inspiring me. I was coming from a place full of emotion. And as the reader now, being on the other side, I'm not reading it with that full emotion because it's a text. Now, if it were in person, it would probably make a much bigger difference if someone was saying that in person, because then you see that other person's feelings and therefore that will invoke a feeling in you. But just getting comments and DMs, it's more just like a validation to keep going because it's doing something. I can't say it gives me a feeling.
So do you feel that you better disattach to your emotions at that point because it's better in order to help them?
Sure. What? Una vez más? ¿Qué?
¿Sentís que es mejor no tener un attachment con tus sentimientos en ese momento porque es como que perdés la dirección de cómo ayudarlos en ese caso?
Yeah, because then if you get too lost in your own feelings, then it's harder to be vulnerable. It's harder to say anything and everything you need to say if you're connected to the feelings and feeling and coming from a vulnerable place. If it's just a story or a statement that you're saying, you can say more, and by saying more, that will help more people. ¿Me lo puedes dar?
Hablando de alguien que no quiere mostrar emociones, mira ese loco.
Well, we've added Tobias to the chat. I don't know if you guys heard him crying, but okay.
¿Cómo cuidas tu propia salud mental mientras estás ayudando a los demás de esta manera?
By not being attached to my feelings. That's the positive side of having DID. I learned from a very young age how to just leave feelings on one side and stick to facts. So I can just stick to the facts. I know what I'm saying helps people, so just say it. No need to feel emotions about it because it's not going to change my story nor give me any kind of, I don't know, new feelings about it. I've already dealt with my shit. I already did the 7 years of therapy. So I've already felt the feelings I needed to feel. There aren't really many more feelings that I need to feel towards my past. So when it comes to this, the feelings I felt have been dealt with. They're just on their side. They're living their own little lives. I don't know. It's just easy to be it's so much easier to be disconnected from your feelings, especially when you know it's helping someone. So I would rather do that unless something pops up that I realize I need to work through. Then yeah, I'll sit with my notebook, I'll notebook about it, I'll talk to Kim, blah, blah, blah. I'll do the work. It's not like I'm ignoring my feelings, but when I'm working, I definitely put them aside. And if anything comes up later that night, then I'll deal with it.
So you're also an artist and you have 2-3 phrases that you use in your art. 3,
Mhm.
right? It's under me.
Mm-hmm.
So how the art work as a therapy in all this? Did it help you to feel better?
I don't know. I don't really think it helped. Now, I know that sexual trauma stays in your sacral chakra and your base chakra. On top of that, that is where your artistic side and creativity side also falls in your base chakra and your sacral chakra. Therefore, most of the time, what happens with sexual trauma is you're not able to be creative after. That gets kind of blocked. So I don't feel like it helped with my trauma because I feel like I had already dealt with my trauma by the time I started doing art. It was more just like a reassurance that I did the work. It was more like a good job. You did the work and your art shows that you're able to connect with that energy that's supposed to be in your base chakra and sacral chakra that was blocked due to your trauma. So it was more just like, good job, you did it, more than like, oh, this is helping me get my feelings out. My mom and I are very different, so I can see her brain going like, that is so opposite from me. It's
Yeah.
We're very different people.
How do you, ¿cómo nacieron tus frases, do it sad and happiness after trauma take practice?
When I realized that happiness after trauma takes practice. Like, you go into therapy thinking that they're going to give you the answer and that you're going to fix your shit. But that's not true. They give you tools for you to fix your own shit. They make you stronger. They make you a powerful person instead of them being the powerful person who comes to save you. So it was the moment that I thought happiness after trauma takes practice was because it was my own epiphany of, oh, Kim's not here to fix everything. She's here to teach me how to practice being happy. She's here to give me the tools to start feeling happiness again. And when you feel that happiness, you have to keep doing whatever that thing that caused you happiness was over and over again till you learn what happiness feels like and you start finding all these things that bring you joy, and then you start living a joyful life. It's not something that just happens. So happiness after trauma was my epiphany. That's what my brain said to me when I was realizing Kim wasn't here to save me. I was here to have to save myself, and she was going to teach me how. And then do it sad is because when you're sad, you don't want to do things. When you're in a depressive episode or when you're just having a hard emotional day, you're like, you just want to be in bed all day, you know? And it started with brushing my teeth because my mom always made fun of me for not brushing my teeth at night. I used to brush my teeth in the morning before work, and then I was just too tired. Like, I just didn't have it in me to brush my teeth at night. And I was like, Jimena, that's disgusting. You're almost 21 years old. You need to start brushing your teeth at night. Like, you have to do this. And so finally, I was like...
As I told you, I will do it for you, like when I clean your face.
Yeah, and that was weird. That was weird. I wasn't going to do that. So I was like, do it sad, Jimena. Like, just fucking do it. Like, Nike that shit is another thing I always say. Just Nike that shit. Just do it sad. It literally just means do it sad. Are you too sad to eat today? So fucking what? Do it sad. Eat anyways, because you know it's worth it. You know it's going to help you in the end. Are you, like, too sad to go to the gym? Fucking do it anyways. Go to the gym. You know you're going to feel better about yourself tomorrow. So do it sad is my own reminder that even on days where I don't have it in me or, like, didn't sleep well, just not feeling my best, do it fucking anyways. Do it sad. You're going to be grateful that you got it done, and it's going to give you a reason to be proud of yourself at the end of the day, because even if the only thing you did was that one thing that you did sad, which could be brush your teeth, go to the gym, eat a full meal, whatever, you're going to be able to end the day looking back on your day and be like, I did that and I did it sad. Like, that's like a double whammy on proudness right there. So that's why I have my 2 quotes.
There is any other phrase that help you or save you, además de tus propias frases que creaste?
She believed she could, and so she did.
Oh, they could I give you?
Yes, because I had it already in my bedroom multiple times.
Yes, and I love it.
Because I really do believe that healing is just believing you can do it. As long as you believe you're always going to be sad, as long as you always believe this is going to be your past, and it's going to, like, affect your future and your life, it's going to continue doing that. The moment that you make the conscious decision that it's time for it to be different and that you can live a different life is when things start to change. It really is all about you. And trauma makes us feel like it's not. Trauma makes you feel like you don't have that power over your own life. So then you believe that this is going to be your life forever because someone did that to you. And the truth is it's not. You get to decide when you start healing. The moment you decide to start thinking about therapy is the moment you were ready for therapy. The moment you decided to read that book that you knew was a self-help book, you knew it was time to start healing and that life didn't have to be this way forever. So that's number 1. She believed she could, so she did. And number 2 is my success is inevitable. I didn't want to ruin my lipstick when I said that. Because it is. My success is inevitable.
I don't understand that one.
Inevitable.
Oh, inevitable.
Mi success is inevitable. So it...
Inevitable.
I know, it's a hard word to say in English. Inevitable. Especially when you have lipstick on. I have that all over my room. I have it on all 4 walls. I have it on my notebook. It's my number 1 thing that I read all day long, because anything that I put my mind to, I will succeed at. And that can sound egotistical and conceited, but that's how you make shit happen. You don't make shit happen because you wonder if you'll be able to do something. You make shit happen because you decided that you would. And having that mental strength to be like, I'm gonna do it, and having that sentence to remind me that as long as I decided this is what I was gonna do, I'm gonna do it regardless, even if I have a bad day, even if that day I do nothing towards my accomplishments, even if that day I lost my TikTok account with 398.2 thousand followers. Like, it doesn't matter, because my goal is my goal, and I will succeed, and I will have the accomplishment I want to have regardless of what happens day to day. Like, life is so much larger than a 24-hour day. So my success is inevitable no matter what happens in those 24 hours, because eventually I will succeed. I just keep going. Keep swimming.
I like better when you talk in first person than you. It makes more sense. Because you're talking about yourself. So it's I believe.
I believe.
I am.
I am.
That's the way to empoderarse. ¿Qué te inspira a la hora de crear tus diseños y tus collares, tus productos? ¿Qué es lo que te inspira?
I think about what crystals go together. So, like right now, I have a green kyanite on me. Blue kyanite is great for vocalizing your thoughts, to improve your throat chakra, to get your thoughts out, to get your anger out, anything that's vocal. That's what blue kyanite helps with, and it helps you kind of keep your thoughts together because it also connects to your third eye. So then you're able to get your thoughts and speak them. For somebody like me who I would have a lot of thoughts, but I wasn't able to speak them in therapy, blue kyanite was so helpful to take to therapy, and I felt like I was like an open faucet. Anything I thought and had been thinking, I could just finally get out so we could communicate better with my therapist. Green kyanite, on the other hand, still has that throat chakra, but now it's also connecting to your heart. Especially if you find like a good aqua-ish toned one, which is my favorite when it's not super green. I feel like it's doing all three. It's connecting my heart and mind, kind of like my 11 tattoo, which is soul and heart connection. That's kind of what it does for me. So anything that's around the throat, I feel like really does embody your whole body because it's like right in the middle of your number one speaker. And as someone who wasn't speaking a lot, that was helpful for me. So all of my crystals that I make, all my healing crystal necklaces, are based off of things that I feel could have helped me at a certain time during talking about a certain trauma or talking about a certain memory or whatever the case may be. I think about my things that I went through, and I think about what crystals would have helped me through that. And so then I make a necklace specifically to help with that specific problem. So then if someone has that same issue, they can read the entire explanation of what that crystal healing necklace helps with, and then they can use it during that. So even though I didn't have it when I needed it, I know I'm creating something that someone will be able to have when they need it. Is that your question?
Kinda. So, if somebody tell you like I have this problem and I wanna collar, you can shoot. Sometimes it's a split.
Collar.
My brain is splitting between English and Spanish right now. So when somebody wants, ¿cómo se dice collar?
Necklace.
A necklace, and they or a pulsera, bracelet. They can just tell you like I'm going through this and that. Can you make one for me? And you can just figure out which you think will work for them.
I can for friends, but I wouldn't do it for strangers because then they would be trauma dumping on me all day, and I don't need other people's trauma to become something I stay up at night thinking about.
No, but they don't need to be that specific.
They would be.
I'm stressful, no?
People are pretty specific. That's why I don't read DMs.
Okay.
So I would prefer to make the content, the product, and have people find it and be that what they need, to finding out all these people's issues and needing to create something specifically for them.
That's with the jewelry, but what about when you create your cuadros?
Art?
Yes, your art for the walls. How do you inspire for doing that? It's just like
I'm just bored.
colors that pop in your brain. It just calm you down or something.
No, it actually stresses me out to do art. It's
Really?
very stressful. Yeah. It's very annoying and very stressful and takes a lot of work.
So what you doing?
Because I was. And I haven't done it in a long time.
Okay.
I don't like doing it.
They look so beautiful.
Why, thank you.
I like my socks. I don't really know how many questions I did already because I was just keep going with the questions. Like you open your mouth, you say something, and you just find
How many minutes are we at?
I don't know. How can I tell you?
It normally says it on the top somewhere.
Yes, it's just covered by the thingy, so I can only see 2 zeros. And at 2, maybe, I don't know. Okay,
I think we're at like 7.
I think so, I don't know.
I'm getting kind of tired.
They closed your profile in TikTok. Do you feel like you're going to open a new one?
No, I think I'm going to get it back.
Okay. Okay.
My success is inevitable. Inevitable.
¿Sentís que, do you feel that you make a change on the way that people is perceiving your kind of a specific, ¿cómo se dice?
Disorder.
Disorder?
No.
No, it's like there is no change. Not even the people who follow you.
No, because everyone's DID is so different. And I think I help certain people feel more seen because their DID is similar to mine. But I don't think I've changed the way people think about DID because I simply haven't done enough. And there are so many systems out in the world and so many ways that their trauma portrays, that their DID portrays, and we're all so different that I don't think I've made a change in the way people think about DID, nor do I think my original reason to why I started making TikTok videos about my DID was successful, because it's simply not my job to make people change their mind about DID. I've taken it upon myself to make it my job to help people heal and inspire people to heal over the actual diagnosis. The diagnosis is just the roadmap for your therapist to know how to help you. That's really all it is. They give you a title and they're like, okay, this is what you have. This is what we've seen in the past works for that. So we're going to do it that way. That's the only reason why they give it a title. Bipolar disorder, DID, I don't know, depression, anxiety. It's just to know how to help you. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't create this different version of you. It doesn't make your whole personality about it when you get that name. It does kind of at the beginning because you're like, I finally know what's wrong with me. But then you realize it's silly and it's just a name. You get to create who you are based off of what you do with your healing. And so I think that's what I created. I just created more people to feel empowered to heal over helping people feel like DID is not like the media portrays it to be. Yeah. I think that made sense.
¿Cómo era tu vida antes de ser una figura pública relacionada con la salud mental?
Exactly the same. I started it in bed and I'm still in bed. So nothing has changed. Huh?
You're more active.
I mean, I'm more active, but I don't think I've changed. My life hasn't changed. It's not like I live in a different house, have a new car, have a huge savings account because of my mental health talking. I don't get recognized when I go outside. There isn't anything that's changed specifically because I have a following. Now, my mental health has changed because I've found strength in the work I was doing, but I wouldn't say it has to do because of the following or the number.
¿Qué le dirías a tu yo de hace 10 años atrás?
How old was I 10 years ago? 18?
Mm-hmm.
What would I tell myself? I don't know. Stop overthinking everything. Just do it. Life is going to take you on every path you need to be on, and you're going to find your way. You always will. That's the beauty of life. It doesn't matter. There's 17,000 paths to end up in the exact same place. So, I don't know. My success is inevitable. Like, if I fail, it's because I learned something so that I succeed next time. I don't feel like I have any advice because I wouldn't want to change anything that led me here. Even though I'd get here eventually anyways. I don't know. Stop being a fucking idiot. Just kidding.
Which coping mechanism help you in bad days?
Being okay with not doing anything. It's okay to just be in bed. It really is. It's okay to call out of work. If obviously as long as your bills are paid. But if you need to just stay the fuck home that day, that's okay. If you need to eat a whole chocolate cake to yourself, that's okay. The best coping mechanism I think I use is just be kind to yourself, have compassion, and just be. It's okay to just simply be. You don't have to succeed at anything that day to be worthy of feeling better.
Last one.
Yeah, thank God, because we've taken so many questions.
I think so. We're in 25 already. Which are your new dreams for your future, for you, or for your community?
I want to move into being on a stage, having inspirational conversations, so that the emotion behind the people telling me that what I'm doing is helping them is visible to me. I want to start incorporating my emotions into my work, and that can't happen through something like social media, but that can happen in person. So having more, just like talking on stage, like being present and having people come up onto the stage and we talk together and have like genuine just conversations in front of everyone where I'm able to help people and inspire them. Having my cards with me, so if I feel like I can read your cards then and there. Reading people's energy in person, just like more in-person work so that I can move into that next step of helping people more. Because this is so, I don't want to say it's fake, but it's fake on my end in the sense that I have no emotion going towards it because, again, I don't see y'all's reactions. I don't know how you feel. Yeah, you can write it, but if you don't know the person who's writing you the message, you don't know how they're saying it. Emojis can only help so much. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I really would want things to change. If I'm going to help inspire more people to heal, I need to involve more of me. And in order to do that, I need it to be human contact. So that's the next step, is talking on a fucking stage full of millions and just let's cry. Let's fuck this shit up together. Let's fix our shit. Let me know what you need me to help you and inspire you in, what crystals might help you, where your blockages are, more in-person stuff. I think that's my next step, in person.
Last but not least, how many bad words do you say? No, that's a joke. Okay.
I'm Argentinian. That was... Nosotros decimos todas las malas palabras. Hijo de puta de la...
Pórtese bien, aquí está la cámara.
You can't get blocked on YouTube for saying bad words.
Yes, you can.
Really?
I don't know.
No.
You better put the beep, 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 just in case.
Fuck. Oh, and leave comments and leave questions in the comments of other questions you would like my mom to ask me, and maybe we'll make this a thing. You smell like pee.
That's your what?
He does.